Alrighty, folks, Fujifilm just announced another camera, and this time it is the Fujifilm XE5. I'm just going to be sharing my thoughts on the camera. The Fujifilm XE5 looks like a beautiful camera. When I see that camera, I was like, wow, that's a really good looking camera. So the Fujifilm XE5 has the same sensor that is found in the Fujifilm XH2 with the same processor, which came out almost 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago by now. And I gotta say, like, I used to own the Fujifilm XE4, and I just thought that was like a really great camera, by the way. I really like how small it was. I really like how compact it was. It was smaller than my XT4 at the time, and I thought the XT4 was um, not that big to begin with. So, can you imagine an XE4? I thought that was, like, really pocketable, and it made sense for me when I was always traveling. I didn't wanna, bring, like, the XT4. This one just feels a little bit more fun to bring around than the XT4. There's nothing bad, I can say about that camera at all. It was really, really good. The XT5, though, is a huge step up from the XT4. So, again, you got the 40 megapixel sensor, you got the latest X-Trans processor. So this means that, better autofocusing, subject detection, and etc. You also got IBIS. The XE4 didn't have IBIS. And you also have 6K recording if you're into that. I doubt anyone buying this camera may use it for video. I'm not too sure. It also has a flip up screen, which is a first because everything else has been like a tilt angle LCD screen. So this one flips up, which is pretty snazzy. So it looks like you're vlogging. They used the old battery, and for the first time ever in history, this is part of their marketing press they sent me, is that they're using a top plate that is machined from a single piece of aluminum. Like, I don't know why this is like even a like they're trying to spin it in a good way. So what it is apparently to enhance the metallic texture, which while improving the operability of the dials, ensuring a seamless and comfortable creative experience. By combining sharp, flat edges with carefully curved surfaces, the top plate delivers a smooth metallic texture and a high sense of rigidity, offering a premium feel when holding the camera. So when I saw the camera, I'm like, damn, that looks like a very good camera, and that looks like a very sexy looking camera, and I think it's because of this aluminum piece that they're fashioning for your top plate on your XE5. I mean, like, it looks good. Like, the way it looks really, really good, guys. It looks like a Mini X Pro 3 or a Fujifilm X106, but with an interchangeable lens. And for some, like me, I like the Fujifilm X106, but I sold it. I thought it wasn't for me because there was something that was lacking, which was it's a fixed lens. So an XE5 could possibly be for me because of its interchangeable lens, and it looks good though. Like, it looks good. I like the way it looks, and when I saw the image, like, the photo of it, I just started to feel bubbly and like constipated from all the gas that I was getting, and it just looks like a beautiful camera, man. And, like, the gas is real. Just been farting all day today. So too much gas, man. Too much gas. Oh god. Oh god. Kill me now. It's too bright right now. The reason why I brought this up is because I bought the first Fujifilm camera to ever have the new 40 megapixel sensor with the latest processor, which was the XH2. And then after that, I bought the XT5, which follows the same route. It's just the same sensor, same processor, but within a different body. And then after that, I got the X106. Again, I mean, same sensor, same processor, but different bodies for a different shooting experience. All of these cameras are like beautiful. They look so nice aesthetically, But at the end of the day, it takes the same photo, and with the amount of Fujifilm camera releases that's been happening these past, like, 2 years, it's starting to become very stale and predictable of what's going to be inside that camera. Now it's 2025. They are, using 2022's camera technology and putting it in a reskin body, and they do something like they put this fucking aluminum top plate on, and that's the innovation that they give you. and try to sell you on, which doesn't make sense to me. So maybe it's because, I'm seeing this from a perspective from someone who's been exposed to this to so many cameras, because this channel is mostly Fujifilm stuff. So I do get exposed. I am well informed on what's going on out there, and I have shot with so many, like three other cameras with the same sensor, and all of them, for the most part, like takes the same photo. If you go out there, it really doesn't matter which camera you have, like, it's going to take the same photo. So now it just comes down to all these little, little things that matters to you, like compact size, fixed focal length, or do you want something with a professional body? All this comes into play. But at the end of the day, it's just like, to me, it's getting boring because I shot with three of those cameras with the same sensor inside. Like, just take everything I say with a grain of salt. For someone that is new to Fuji and that, never tried any of these cameras before, you may find this like camera release exciting and perhaps inspiring. So don't let my words stop you from feeling happy and elated for this camera release. But then we got to talk about the price. When I bought the XE4, it was like half that price. It was half the price of the XE5. So I bought it for like, 800 and 900 bucks or something like that. And it's coming in at a very, very like steep price for what seems to be like a mid-level, entry-level camera. For the price tag, you really have to weigh out your pros and cons if you're going to get this camera or not. And there seems to be two schools of thoughts when it comes to something as polarizing as Fujifilm cameras as of lately. Anyways, so there's someone like me who wants to get the best that I can get with my hard-earned money. And I'm sure some of you guys do it as well. And I'm just looking at it as like a dollar per value type of situation. And as someone who shoots with Fuji and has authority in the space, oh man, look at me saying that I have authority in the space. Who would have thought? Who would have thought this guy would have authority in this community? Not me. But not me. So I just feel that your dollar can be better spent elsewhere. And then there's people who are about the vibes. They will pay a little bit extra for this beautiful looking camera. And that's cool if that's you. More power to you. I've just been shooting with this 40 megapixel sensor for so long to see it again in a different uh, body, the fifth body. There's like a lack of innovation. Reading rumor sites is sort of like handicaps your excitement as well, because you already know what's coming out. And like I said, the Fujifilm XE5 is the fifth camera to have this 40 megapixel sensor. Fifth. And I'm sure it's not going to be the last, because they're holding out on the X Pro 4. And I'm sure that camera is going to have this 40 megapixel sensor as well. I'm afraid to know the price of that camera, the X Pro 4, because if the XE5 is almost a similar price as the XT5, I wonder what the X Pro 4 is going to be like. It's not looking so good. So I'm sure whoever's going to buy it is going to love it, but because of the tariffs, $1,700 is a tough ask. And again, it has no weather sealing. It has only one card slot, if I'm not mistaken. And for that price, I feel as though there are better offerings out there. I believe for that money, you can get like a full frame camera nowadays. The Nikon S5 II just came out. It's like around the same price as the XE5. You're getting 24 megapixel sensor, you're getting full frame camera, you're getting dual SD card slots. And I feel that it's better money spent. There's also the Nikon ZF, similar price. If you want a vibey camera, that's a beautiful looking camera for, you hipsters out there that just wants everything for the vibes. This is why I say it's steep, because now you're going to have to weigh your options to look at all the other players out there across from, Canon, Sony, and Panasonic. They're all making great cameras. So it's not just Fujifilm anymore. Fujifilm is getting too pricey for what it is. Or, you know what? You can use that money and just go to the used market. It's a camera that I still enjoy is the Fujifilm X-T3, the XS10, or even the XS20. And even the XM5 looks pretty good right now, to be honest with you. Is this camera for me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not for this price. Ultimately, Though my position is dollars per value. And I'm someone that wants to get the best bang for your buck. If you're not that person, then cool, by all means, go get the freaking camera. I'm speaking to people who, wants to get the most for their dollar. And at $1,700, the XE5 doesn't seem like uh, a camera that, it doesn't seem like a great value. There are lots of full frame cameras around this price or even less than this price. So if you're willing to trade that smaller size and that compactness and that retro aesthetics just for like a slightly bigger build, you're going to get, perhaps better cameras, full frame cameras, better in low light. The image quality is better. Shallow depth of field is a lot better. I've been sharing my thoughts on social media, and there seems to be quite some backlash with my take. I feel like my take is reasonable. It comes from, oh no, there's a coyote. Oh no, nope, it's a dog. Never mind. It's pragmatic. It's practical. It's not some holistic shit like saying this camera's not for you. This camera, it's not all about the specs. It's about the vibes. It's about the shooting experience. Look, I get all that. I get all that. But come on now. Let's all be reasonable here. For $1,700, man, come on. You're getting into the territory where you need to weigh your options. Anyways, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts on this new camera? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with the price? Goddamn tariffs, man. $1,700. That's a tough ask, man. I'd rather get a Nikon a Z5 too because I've been shooting with the Nikon Z8 and I love the output of that camera. I love the image quality, so banking on the Z5 II is has the same output, has the same image quality, and I've been loving the colors coming out of Nikon. To be honest with you, so are you guys gonna pick up the Fujifilm XE5? Let me know if it's for the vibes. Why not? I care about vibes, but I also care about not burning a big ass hole in my wallet. And consider subscribing for more Fujifilm content. And thanks so much.